Hi, my name is Oscar and I'm a scientist. In today's video, we're going to discuss what is the success rate for the EB2 NIW green card category. So the first thing we have to say is that USCIS does not really release data specific to EB2 NIW or National Interest Waiver. This is a subcategory inside the EB2 category. So we don't have that direct data. Therefore, we have to find ways to estimate what is the approval rate or the success rate with data that does exist, that USCIS does publish. By the way, if you want to learn more about this EB2 NIW category and what are the requirements for you to meet, then check out this video I have about the matter of Danasar that dictates what you have to have in order to qualify for this category. In this episode, we are going to interpret the existing data to come up with an approximate number for the success rate for EB2 NIW. Keep in mind that these are just average numbers and each case is different. So if I tell you 70% or 80%, that doesn't mean that you specifically have an 80% chance of succeeding. It really depends on what is your profile, how you craft your case, and if you are able to convince the USCIS officer that is sitting, looking at your case and reviewing if you meet the requirements or not. So let me move my face over here. So let's take a look first at the general EB2 category numbers. USCIS does have that information available, and I leave the link here in this lower part of the slide, but I will also put this link in the description of the video so you can easily click on it and check the data for yourself. You can also go to my website, eb2niw.info, and you can find this table. This is a copy paste of the table I have in a particular blog post over there. This is data from 2009 to 2019, so it's 10 years worth of data, so that's a good chunk of data. And it contains the total number of applications per year, and then of those, what is the percentage of them that got approved by USCIS? So this is for the I-140 step. So you can see that the average of this decade of data is 93% for the global EB2 category. And that includes NIW, but it includes also other cases where people apply with a sponsor. Remember that in NIW, you don't need a sponsor. The data oscillates between 83 and 96%, depending on the year. And there is also separate data for India and China because those are the two biggest countries in terms of number of applicants. I looked at the data, it's not shown here, but the data is very similar. There's no significant differences of India, China, and these global numbers that we're seeing here. So EB2 global category, 93% average. Now, I hypothesize that the chance of success in NIW should be lower than the global EB2 because in NIW you have to show the USCIS that you are worthy of a waiver for the labor certification process, that you don't need a sponsor backing up your application. So to estimate the NIW numbers, what I did again is, since we only have EB2 global, then I took the EB1 numbers, which is the next category, the highest category for employment based. And since that must be harder to get, then if we can estimate EB1 and EB2, then EB2 NIW should fall somewhere in between. EB1 is a more strict category than EB2 NIW. EB2 as a global, in my opinion, should be on average easier to get. So that's why if we get those two numbers, maybe we can estimate what the NIW success rate should be. So these are numbers for EB1, similar for EB2. They do release those data, and those include EB1A, EB1B, and even EB1C. There are also subcategories in the EB1 global category. You can see that here the average is lower, is 80% for that same decade of data. The data does oscillate much more. It fluctuates between 51 and 89%, but mostly because there's a year here, 2019, that I'm not really sure what happened, but the numbers are way lower than everything else. So for the purpose of the data, I would probably not look that much into this. If somebody knows what happened that year, you can write in the comments below and let me know if something special happened that year. Again, there's separate data for India and China, but there's no significant difference, so I'm not showing it here, just for your information. Since we have EB1 and EB2, now we can come to a conclusion. It's a hypothesis, it's an estimate. My estimate is that EB2 NIW, as an average, doesn't mean that it's for your specific case, but as an average, the success rate for the I-140 step should be between 81 and 93%. Those are the two averages of the EB1 and the EB2 global categories. About 15% of the applications appear to be denied, and everything else was approved. But remember, each case is different, is decided on an individual basis. So the USCIS officer will not compare cases, will not go by averages, they will go by whatever you submit. So the stronger your case and your profile is, the highest the chances of success. Make sure you don't make any mistakes when preparing your do-it-yourself filing if you are not using lawyers. Check out a previous video I have on the common mistakes that people make, and I'll leave the video here so you can easily click on it. So avoid those mistakes, read more about this category, and get ready to submit a very solid case. So regardless of this estimation that we have made here, you will have the highest chance of success. You want to have the best chance, because a green card is something very serious that will really make a difference in your life. So put effort, put time, and you will build the best case for yourself. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, give a like to the videos, comment on them, spread the word, and visit my website eb2niw.info, where you can find a lot more information and a lot more resources to help you through the do-it-yourself green card application. Good luck!